Alright. Let's get that out of the way. Here we go. Now it stopped. Let you guys come in for a sec here. Let's see. There we go. There we go. Ring setup. Let's see. No, this is it. weird schedule here. So I don't know whether to wait for you guys or not. Oh, there we go. I rock pony, princess of off friendship. There we go. Hey, welcome. That's a nice name. How you doing? Just getting started here. Hey, Star. Good to see you again. Yeah, I'm kind of shook up the schedule just a tad bit here. That we're used to it. Don't know if you want me to go into that or not. Why I changed the schedule? I think just doing it 2 times a week was a bit too much. That was actually hindering my work schedule. Like, was impacting that side. And then doing it like at the time, you know, it was like 6 p.m. for me, like starting at 6 p.m., which is like when we have dinner. So it's like if I went on for like 2 hours, I'd be, you know, like starving by the end. So because of that, it was like not worth it to continue with that, even though I've done it for like 3 months. But that's okay though. Hey Cameron. Hey Hillary. We're just getting started here. Like, it's a bit more easier when more people are here. No, I'm a little sore throat, so I'm not quite too loud. I got the mic like only like a foot below me, so try to get it as close as I can. So I'll just try and yell as best as I can here. That's about it. Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Cameron. Segue into that is that we're going to talk about today. It's the latest video that I did that was published Sunday. So if you haven't seen that yet, and you guys go ahead and check it out. I think it's in the description below you. I go over my latest video, watch it here. You can watch that. It's only like 2 minutes, so by the time you'll get back, you won't miss much here. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna just go over that and explain how I made it basically. And then maybe after that, maybe like a short Q&A with just regular stuff. So let's not waste too much time. Let's click that a little bit. Let's click that. There you go. Okay. So we got Derpy Labo, which was obviously inspired by Nintendo Labo. So that's it. Let's get the script out. If I can not break my computer again by showing this. Hopefully I don't lose too many frames drops here. My mouse, it's so bad. Be bigger for you guys. Here you go. So this is what most of my cartoons kind of start out with. This is what it looks like when you start out. How I make these, you know. You can kind of read along. But yeah, these are basically just kind of like script notes and director's notes, you know, for me. So these aren't like, you know, Hollywood scripts, but it's in the same style, but not, you know, because there's no dialogue. I don't have to, you know, schedule and, you know, time those out, write those out. It's more just, you know, directions for what happens and stuff. So like, I usually write a brief, usually at the start, because I don't usually know exactly what kind of direction I want to take these videos. I think I had the brief for this one pretty much settled on at the start. but it's yeah, Derpy gets cardboard and makes stuff that gets more and more complex. Was basically a summary, you know, a basic, you know, outside picture kind of idea. Once you kind of get that, you know, once I'm able to like settle on that, you know, then I'm able to go for the rest of this, which is start, and then it kind of just goes through like the whole cartoon really, and then it's very basic of like you know, wording it out like what happens. So it just kind of keeps going. With, you know, this one get big paragraph for like each scene is basically another paragraph, like where they, if they go somewhere else, then that'll be another scene, new paragraph. It's kind of how it's organize that. Oh man, Cameron, you're so great. Thank you. And then I should talk about like why there was a a paradox kind of thing. I just like paradoxes. Of course, I had that whole paradox video, you know, like a couple months earlier before this, where the doctor made a robot version of Derpy, and there was had to do this paradox stuff. So I like that kind of stuff, like optical illusions and stuff are great. And it actually started out because I wanted to figure out who gave her the box. Like, how does she get the magic box, you know? And I couldn't figure out who or how, and I was just like, well, she opens her front door, and then I don't know who else but Derpy clone greets her. Would be great. And then that got into, well, how does that Derpy get the box? So you have to keep thinking about that kind of stuff and creating this whole thing. And the only way to solve it is through a paradox where she actually has to time travel to get rid of the box, which makes sense later. Yeah. So it's a time loop where she goes back in time to give herself the box, which is, I think is the bootstrap paradox. I don't exactly remember what the bootstrap essentially was referring to, but it is the, remember like in Zelda, like there was the windmill guy. It's like he was mad that Link as a kid taught him the song, but you can only learn the song that he got mad at was being an adult listening to it. So where did that song actually come from? Is that it doesn't actually exist, and it's like while it's existing. So that kind of thing. So that'd be fun. Just a little more, you know, material and content to richen this up. Oh, and this is just, sometimes I add these. That's a bit big now. And the mouse isn't quite, probably dead on batteries. And I just wrote a bunch of, Mozart products? I've heard of that one. That sounds, yes, like, if Mozart how did he write the music if, how does he remember the music if it never existed or something? You can look it up. I'll probably not explain it too well. I just wrote a bunch of different ideas at the beginning. Like I wrote all these and then I started to figure out like fill in the gaps essentially. So I just had like a brainstorm of like what the Labo ideas could be. A bigger box made out of bigger boxes. I didn't choose all of these, obviously, but these were good starting point, and I was able to pick and choose the best ones out of these. Castle, a dragon, life-size, Derpy statue, oven, stack of cards thing. Not sure what that was. Yeah, but it was bootstrap. Someone actually commented on my video saying it was a bootstrap, and I was like, sure, that sounds right. A mailbox, a moat for a crocodile. I'll get into that. Delivery truck, and then just random stuff like Pikachu and TARDIS, which TARDIS kind of came into the time machine thing. It's designed aesthetically to look like a TARDIS. Basketball hoop, and then a newspaper tree. Oh man, so I didn't use all of these, but that was a good starting point. Let's get that out of the way. Come on. And my mouse is so bad I can't actually drag it with my tablet mouse either. Here we go. Gotta recharge it. There we go. So then we go from the script there, and then we get the storyboards in, which I just kind of just doodle super quickly and try to just get through. You know, I read the script and then each sentence I try to recreate. You know, in these storyboards where like she's sitting on a couch, and then in Ding Dong was like a, oh, that's cool. Yeah, I bet that's the wibbly wobbly one star. Something like that. Ding Dong, which turned into like a knocking at the end, and then Derpy just sits up. And I just had these little keyframes here, the little black dots, to add more stuff like that. I'm from Spain. Hey, that's a new name. I don't know how to say that, I'm sorry. But thanks. Oh, he explains who the Xerax? Okay. Oh man. It's just so much fun because, you know, you can't really explain them. Like, there's no right answer to them, it's just for theories and ideas. I always like looking at Escher paintings and like try to figure those out, you know. The MC Escher ones or like the infinite staircase ones or that cool waterfall that kind of can't impossibly be built and stuff. I love that stuff. Yeah, so that's how stuff like this kind of explains this. Yeah. Oh, who really composed Beethoven's Fifth? If Beethoven didn't make it, then who did or something? Or something like that. Yeah. So that kind of stuff is really fun. I should go back to like I redesigned the house to be because I think in the other episodes, with this flat style, I had the house using a more complex background style, so I just had to redraw it, and that was really fun. To like, I like recreating things to be simpler too. So like I love decomposing and making these as simply as possible using the least amount of stuff. This was really hard trying to get her to grab the box because these are two different symbols actually. Because we got her, which is on a separate layer from her, which has the whole background, and then if I go inside it, we got this green shape that's a mask, and the mask will only show what's inside the green box there. So if I hide that, then Derpy can only appear inside that box. Door opens, that's simple. But then we see the box disappears here, and then she goes out. So what happens is, past Derpy has to grab it, and then immediately once they get really too close, I had to flip it either. Okay, she grabs it, smile, and then appear. Okay. Smile, and then it disappears. There. It's when I switch it. So now this Derpy has the box. Because otherwise, she doesn't have the box. It's kind of complex stuff like that I had to figure out. And then she flips around, kind of stuff. So I kind of like that, doing that kind of stuff too, where characters have to, you know, interact with each other. It's very complex, but it's rewarding once you get it right. Shakes the box and add a little star shape to show that impact kind of star. You see that in a lot of cartoons and stuff. Yep. And why does the box have a lot of box in it? I guess what's I guess to go along the paradox thing and to have it make sense that like how can she make a lot of stuff, like really big things, with just a couple boxes? It would only make sense if the one box can have an infinite amount of boxes. That's what I wanted to convey, I think, was just having yeah, a boxception of where you could open the box and then there'd be a box inside of it, and then the first box you'd have would have an infinite amount of boxes inside it and stuff like that. That was just a way so we can have really big stuff and a lot of stuff happening. Which we'll get into. This is just her figuring it out, and I had to have all the boxes arranged around the box in the room. Not too quite happy with this kind of animation. I think it doesn't quite go with the style because it has an outline, and it's just not quite fluid as much as I want. But that's just to show that she's not using scissors, and she's just ripping it apart because she doesn't have scissors. It was just cute that I was able to get her to draw, or just kind of just had her arm here, just kind of just flail around. Well, I animated her flailing her arm around, and then I added a layer to be the chalk or crayon layer, which is just the design being drawn on top. So I just followed it frame by frame and kind of just said, okay, it goes from here to here in a frame. So I drew in between kind of stuff. So it's kind of linear animating there. That was fun. And I wanted it to seem like she doesn't really know what she's doing at first, because how does she? The beat might be a little bit, you know, weird or improbable if she made like a beautiful thing like right off the bat. So I just added this little thing that's just a mess. I call it box disaster in the symbols. And then we got a little detail here, which I love. I really like this cartoon, it's so great. Is that she has a little sticky tape stuck to her ear, but only on her left ear, because it's actually not on this ear. So when she like flips around, it's actually on her left ear, and then it follows her inside the fall. I had to actually figure that out. Let's see. Then she gets another idea with her infinite box, which will create another box. I didn't have a clear idea of this little montage, little sequence here. Yeah, I just called it montage in the storyboards. And then I thought it'd be cute to have some little papers flying out. Only makes sense when it's closed like that. Yum, 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 yum. A little, you know, like a kid show kind of thing, where like they have those little transitions. We got the oven. Didn't spend too much time getting it in her mouth, but that's okay. And having to like stretch her neck up really far is a bit too much. But I thought it'd be cute to make it as add enough details to make it seem as simple as it can, while also adding the little details, like little touches, like here, like this little handle has little tapes that would work, I think. Let's see. And they're just kind of just making scribbles and stuff for like knobs and stuff. Like trying to make sure like it, as if she made it, make it as really simple and stuff. A little bit. Try to dirty it up without making it too, you know, bad. Yeah. Okay, Cameron. Nice to see you. We'll be going for like an hour or so, you might not see me again till next week. So see ya. Sorry, I'm not really sure following you. I gotta follow this. Let's see. Then I had to go outside just so I can add more variety and adding, you know, bigger and bigger things that you can make. And I added the little paper here actually move once time moves. That was just a little detail I wanted to make it, you know, just a little bit more realistic of it, that it's like adding stuff. Say yes or no. Do I try for flesh? I don't really. No gambling, man. Yo. Is that good? Sorry, man. Let's see. This was okay. I guess if she made it, it'd be okay. Just had a lot of tape everywhere. I just like tape a lot. I think tape's really funny. These are OCs from, just to plug it a little bit, as patrons who pledge like $7 or $10 would a month would get the OCs in my cartoons. So I'm missing one, but I thought it'll fill up the page a little bit too much. These are only, this is like the only shot where there's multiple characters in it too. Every other shot, there's only one character. I'm no help. I'm sorry. I just gotta. There's a lot to say about this, so I wanna keep going. And this is the dreaded shot. I had so much trouble with this, and it's just having her little making a castle facade kind of thing, like a medieval castle. So this wasn't, you know, this shot was actually very different. I actually have a deleted scene for it, where I actually cut for time, just because it was gonna, that shot was actually gonna go for, how long is this? Yeah, that shot was gonna go for like 15 seconds or so. If I left it like it is, of her with this, basically just building the castle. I didn't want to show it because that was a Patreon reward too, where I show off the clear storyboards and make it a video file. So, yeah, it was just gonna be, the original idea was gonna take too long, and it took too long in time. Playing it back would be taking too long, and it was just not really satisfying to watch, really, because you like feel when it wasn't gonna be made right. But to make up for it, I made it really short, really quick, and added this whole crane thing, which is great. And Derpy has a little construction hat. So yeah, that's a little bit to it, so I hope it doesn't seem like it, but I just found a couple pictures of cranes and then kind of just drew myself of just basic picture form of it. This was interesting too. I know this whole thing is interesting. We're only halfway done. That I was trying to make this into a cone thing for it to be, you know, this kind of cone shape. And I was like, should I try and make it as accurately as possible? And I was like, try it. So I got somewhere around here. Probably drew it away. But yeah, I got this post-it note. I don't know why I looked down there for it. So I took a post-it note and then cut it in half diagonally, and then just kind of figured out how to make it a cone. So I kind of just rubbed it around, and then figured like that's a pretty good cone shape thing. And then I tried to figure out like how to animate it. Yeah. So, and it's a good thing to do, like, you know, Disney does all those actors dancing around or acting it out and stuff, and then they record it and then they animate it. Or like they have animals and stuff, like they bring animals either to the room and try to draw it. So I found that was a good reference. It's definitely not perfect. It kind of moves a bit because I kept redrawing it over itself without maintaining real form and stuff, but I think it works. It was a really short scene too, so it's okay. Howdy, Matthew. Good day to you. This actually has the whole dragon. I didn't bother to just delete it, so it just has the whole dragon in this shot, but she just puts the horn back there. Let's see. Yeah, then it's just the same dragon that it's pretty fun. I just added much tape and stuff. It was the original drawing. Let's see. Yeah, the original drawing was a bit similar with the face, but I changed the tail just because this tail doesn't quite make sense. Just kind of just cleaned it up more. And there we go. I thought that tail makes a bit more sense and it makes it flatter a little bit. Can't drag it back here, so that's annoying. And then the house is still underneath it. Yeah, so if I just delete it, then it's just a house back there. The Derpy flies up. This was really fun. I wanted to make it something epic, you know, like a final showdown kind of thing. Like she's really into it now, that she's actually play acting and imagining things. That she has a whole thing to this now, that she's like really having fun with this, and she's able to laugh at herself a little bit. That's add this little giggle to make it seem like she was pretending that she's in danger, and then kind of laughs it off, and then immediately, you know, gets back into serious, and then gets the remote and then clicks it. Oh yeah, thanks. Yeah, if you haven't seen it yet, anyone, the link to it is in the description to watch the final video, which I don't know if I'm spoiling it for you guys now, but yeah, go ahead and watch it first. This is final. This is already done, so yeah. And this took about, I mean, I took a couple of breaks on it, which I don't usually try and do. I usually at least work it a little bit a day, but I took a couple days off, so it kind of took a bit longer than I wanted to. Thanks, man. Good night. Are you leaving? Okay, see ya. Thanks, that means a lot. I lost my train of thought though. This was really fun. Hey, you. I don't know if it's Josie or Jose, but hello. Nice to see you. Oh yeah, and then I added this kind of rope to make sure like it wasn't electrical or anything. That it was just, you know, like a simple rope that connects everything. So it just has that, and then the fire comes out, which is just little confetti, you know, just little sprinkles out. A little bit star, yeah. We're not really paying. I mean, what's like our first rule in the description is try to keep on topic. So, sorry about that. But it was really fun to get just this little animation of it, just kind of sprinkling it out. I added like 2 layers of it. Sorry, I must have tucked the mic there. Yeah, this was really cute. I really like the front facing. I think it's a bit more cuter. Even if there's no nose to get in the way. But you're able to really connect with it. Yeah. Thanks. And then adding the little sword to make it more epic kind of thing. Like, she really is play acting, trying to take it to the extreme now. That like she has a real sword now, which then doesn't really do too much. He flies off and then kind of bumps it. And I wanted some little comedic timing, so nothing happens, and then a big explosion. Try to make the explosion slow so no one gets freaked out. Yep. I'm just gonna have a little pan down, but I think that might have been too much. It's okay. Could be a lightsaber, yeah. I just wanted to keep with the medieval theme of the castle and dragon, and then she defeats it. That'd be cool though. It'd be hard to do a lightsaber with cardboard. That sounds cool though. Flips around and looks around, and then we got the little. Just wanted to add the little. Like whoops, I sure did mess everything up for everyone else. Kind of thing. It goes back out. Has an idea, which is a physical light bulb that jumps out. So I love that. Able to take these kind of tropes of cartoons and then just saying, well, what if there wasn't just a normal light bulb pumps out? Wanted to show like what she does in the next scene, so I had her get the boxes out, and then puts them together. And then she has to make it a pattern. She looks at another one, and then you kind of know what happens next. So when you look at this one, you have an idea of what she's doing. And then it takes forever, so the lighting, the day changes. And this is actually is also another nice segue and transition to show of the time travel. Is that because now it's daytime, and when you know that she went in time, you don't see that it's daytime. So it creates that nice contrast, and you'll be able to know that it worked with the time travel thing. So it was a little sneaky, didn't really unintentionally figure that out kind of thing. And she has another idea with the light bulb itself, which was just have a little callback to it. Just immediately a little payoff for that with the light bulb. And also to make sure that there was a box here to make sure that you kind of know. This doesn't really look like a box though, so oh well. Then we got the light bulb to make sure you know it's a light bulb thing, and then zoom out. And this was really fun little design thing. Made sure that most of these circuits things, you know, look right. Got the little time twisty thing. What do you call it? Just the hand of the clock thing. Maybe some little gibberish. Hello. So there you go. Little control panel things, kind of like a, you know, like a sci-fi thing. That's good. Star. This was a little button, I guess. Just making it look like a, you know, a kid kind of just scribbled upon it. So it was fun to make it, fun to make things that don't really look too good. Yeah, this is all like weirdly, sometimes in her imagination, just kind of drawing it out, and then seeing like her imagination and stuff actually work is nice. And then she clicks it. Then the light just turns on, which is just a circle. And just really squatch and stretch here, where it goes up and down. Little sparkles. And this was fun. I wasn't quite sure how to really visually show this kind of stuff. So I added this little spiral thing, which it's not too pretty. Little cloud thing, and then the background. And then they're all blurred, and then the spiral thing actually spins around if you watch it. And just kind of having her kind of go through time and having her kind of just having fun here. Yeah, it's a TARDIS inspired. Yes. It sounds a little bit of the Bill and Ted's kind of phone booth kind of thing going on too. Something like that. Yeah. I think it's in my storyboard notes. It just says, yeah. It just says time travel in my storyboards, where time goes backwards. So all it is, I had to make up like the night or so before I publish this. There we go. And now I can see like I put the sun in there, make sure it's afternoonish. Goes back out. Time travel thing stops, looks over. Get connection there, and then she flies closer to it, and then zoom in a little bit. And this was one of the more complicated shots, besides everything else. I thought it'd be pretty complex to get this going, because I wanted to make it as easy for myself, while also I made it the hardest. Is that I used the same, I guess the same character models and same animation set. I don't know what you call it to explain it. I used the same instance of the animation at the beginning with these two. I just had to get this house itself, which is just all this, and then just kind of get a door opening thing, and then just kind of type it out when Derpy opens it, and then position her. And then this should be the same instance of the Derpy at the beginning. And then I didn't really mess with this to make sure it's all the same, because it would take a long time to like if I change like one of these, it'll affect the rest of its. Hey, I thought I said hi. Hi, Jose. Well, you said low before, which isn't high. So sorry, man. And I had to edit the future one a little bit, just because with the timing before it was a bit different. So like I had to like reanimate it a bit, especially here to get this. It's okay. It's, Jose. Getting this, I had to like reanimate. I think the future one, I had to like change the arms, to get it into position, because before it was actually aimed down. So this time I had to like aim it up, and then I had to change the face to look at her more directly, because they were looking at a different direction. And then she flips around, and he's added this little little happiness. And then she knows that she's okay, she's out of it. Then she's able to live her life and live up there, I guess. Yeah, that's the basic of it, of the animation, which took a lot longer than I thought. I was just more, I get sometimes a bit afraid of some shots. Like I know like some shots are gonna take forever, or like I know that they're gonna, not sure if they're gonna be the best shots, so I just don't really work on them like this one. So I won't show it off fully, but yeah, it's just it just turns into this, which takes like 15 seconds. So, and then here's the thumbnail, which I guess I'm going with the pretty simple like YouTube tropes and confused looks and mystery boxes. Yeah, that's about it for there. So let's let her rest, and then if you watch it again, you're able to pick it out that like it's the same moment in time, kind of a little Back to Future kind of thing. And it's all timed out to be the same thing. And then I didn't have her fly out because I didn't know that she would. But yeah, she could be the distant fly off, but that's okay. They could add too much, and then you're supposed to look at, you know, this one with the box, so it's okay. It's a bit quicker than that. I didn't want to spend around here too much time. So the rest of this, once in order chronologically how I made it, I would go into Premiere. I would render this. Go into Premiere. Add the intro, end card. All the boring stuff of adding music, timing that out. Oh, I had really a lot of fun with the sound effects. Like I was working on this like at 4 a.m. or something. Yeah. So like at 4 a.m. I was down here in this basement where I'm working, and I was just playing with paper, like I showed you with the post-it note kind of stuff, where I just had this. I was like getting closer to the microphone and making sound effects like that for everything. So like about 90% of the sound effects you hear are just from, you know, just me sitting here with paper. Do want to show you something else though, is that I did hang on. Is that I did use the actual Labo itself as a sound effect. I made the fishing rod here, and I just kind of just had it here, and then I just kind of closed it on itself, and that made the sound of the pushing the buttons sound. Yeah. Hang on. There you go. Yeah, so I just had the fishing rod, which extends. Sorry, I wasn't prepared for that. So I got the fishing rod thing. So I had to string out, and then it extends out, and then just like for like one, or for like two sound effects, I just use the actual fishing rod itself, like right for here, and then just kind of cut that down to like that second half of it, and that made the push a button sound for like 2 times. So anyway, I got that. That's a little spoiler for our Let's Play channel that we're working on the fishing rod right now. So got the first bit off. The first bit is uploaded right now. I think that's in the description too. I like plugging it a little bit. It needs more love. It's only like, we started like in December and only has like 12 subscribers. So if you could at least check it out a little bit, yeah, that'd be fantastic. Where I play video games with my mom. So it gets a little cringy sometimes, but it's fun. We just play Nintendo games and stuff. Yeah, so I made the RC car and the fishing rod so far, and I've had a blast making it. Like, I knew that I wanted to make a Labo cartoon for it, something related to Labo, before it came out, but I just had so many scheduling things and a lot of other projects going on, and just having a little bit of production time with that one shot that I showed you with the deleted scene that took me forever, like revision, and like, and that's all the point of getting the storyboards to be really good, is that you have to realize, like, is this actually going to be good for animating? So learn from there and don't spend too much time wasting too much time with actual animation if you don't like the storyboards. Yeah. So once I got the storyboards and everything just kind of, you know, timed out and everything, then that's about it. And it's ready for upload at like at 6:30 a.m., which I stayed up to 6 to get it rendered. So yeah, the Labo is fantastic. I've only made the 2 RC car and the fishing rod, but it's really in depth. It's way more in depth than it seems, you know. Yeah, the games are really fun. Of course, the RC car is just, you know, there's not much software to it. It's just clicking the buttons to make it kind of zip around. But it's more like, for that one, it's more in the physical world, like what you can do with it, you know, knock things over or do sumo battles where they fight against each other, creative stuff like that. The fishing rod is all virtual, where like you have to switch box console in the dock, in its own dock, like you made a cardboard dock and then the fishing rod, and then you fish with it, and then you catch virtual fish. So there's not too much to do with that, besides just trying to catch all the fish in it. I've heard the piano is fun. Thinking about making the motorbike one next, and the house switch just seems like a bunch of mini games. So it seems, yeah, it seems very worth your money for what you get. It just seems like it's a bunch of you know, small mini games with, you know, if you got a creative mind, you're able to do a lot of it. I'm sure you've seen all those complications of people making, you know, the garage stuff where you're able to have like a piano click, make a hat flip or something like that. Oh, the robot. I wanted to make sure the level was fun with the variety kit, and then I'll think about getting the robot. I do not have the robot one. I felt like that was actually a bit more shallower, ironically, than the virtual, the variety pack. I just didn't see myself having much fun with that one. Honestly, it just seemed like one project there, so I was like, I didn't want to spend, you know, $60 for the whole game, and then, you know, it seemed like there was a mission mode or story mode or something to it that I've seen, but it's just, I don't think it's right for me. I just like having fun with the the RC car is actually the most fun. Just kind of just driving it around, and knocking over stuff and stuff. Yeah. So, yeah. So I was actually done explaining that, but yeah, I can open it up for Q&A for like stuff like that, where we can just ask questions and talk now. So I'm done with the computer stuff now. So yeah, is there any general questions or stuff we can go over that, or anything you want to ask me? I'm open for that. Yeah, I keep looking down because that's my viewpoint there. Yeah. Otherwise, I'll probably just end it real quick. Let me just clear my door a little bit, lubricate it. Yeah. What's my YouTube password? Isn't that like connected to your Google, which is like everything? I think I changed it actually. I think I reset it recently. Like a month ago or something. Yeah. And I can't remember what it is. Like, honestly, I can't remember what it is. So I can't tell you otherwise, yeah. I think I kept it kind of close to what I had before or something. Maybe not. I don't know. It's usually just automatically logged in because it's like my computer, so no one else uses it. So, yeah. Yeah, I could use my phone to log in. Yeah. Yeah, I can't tell you, even if I could. Remember what it is, yeah. So, whoops. Yeah. This was a lot of fun to make. I hope to get another cartoon. I don't really want to say it. That will come in whatever 2 weeks or so, which you can probably figure out what that'll be related to. Yeah. Are you copying my channel? I don't understand. Sorry, man. I'm so giggly. I'm so tired. I am so sleep deprived actually. Like, cause on Sunday I stayed up to 6 or 7, close to 7 a.m. You know, from a whole weekday, and then the next day I still stayed up to like 4, and then I'm still recovering. Like my whole, like I'm waking up at like 2 or 3 p.m. and then going to bed at 4 or something. So like I'm totally messed up because of that. So I just need to figure out a way to just go to bed early or something. But it's hard with so much every day you have to do. So that's why I'm just can't stop laughing. It's just I'm so tired. Okay. What's going on? What's going on? Make a fake yourself. I don't understand. Ask questions you should not give an action to. What's your SS number? Sorry. Is that my super soul number? Oh, I can't think of anything dumb. Yeah. Probably have it somewhere in my wallet or something. Social Security. I don't know. I'm gonna go find it. It's probably in here somewhere. I also got like 3 fidget spinners in here, so you know it's gonna be a good closet here. What is this? No. That's my Adobe password. I don't know what that is. That's my FTP password. I don't know what that is. I just got it on random sticky notes. It's got random sticky notes everywhere else. So that's unhelpful. I found my driver's license. No, don't actually. Oh, yeah. Oh, why? Oh, sorry. So you can get me to do anything I want. I'm so tired. No, not actually say. Oh. Okay, good, because I don't think I actually found it. It's probably somewhere. on just like a random piece of paper. Not my other stuff though, so that was fun. Kind of almost fun. Too much fun this one. What are we doing now? We all figuring out now? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Man. This is how someone can steal your identity. I hope you felt better. Thanks. I hope I didn't trip too. Let's see. Yeah, again, I just need to get back on the normal farmer schedule or something, you know? Going to bed early, then waking up early. I'd be able to get more stuff done, you know? Because usually just, even when I wake up late, I still wait till 10 or something p.m. to actually start working. So that's not good. Because then I stay up to like, you know, 1 or 2 just working, and then still stay up a little bit more to just hang out and then go to bed late. I mean 3 a.m. isn't too late, but on a normal work schedule it doesn't work out. Yeah. Gotta go. I'll see you later too. If we'll meet again, maybe. Yeah, I might keep that same schedule if I get a better schedule. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, again, if you missed the beginning of this, I changed the schedule just because doing 2 streams a week was punishing enough for my soul and my my whole body and everything. It was just getting too much anxiety because these take a lot of work to set up. You know, setting up all the software and then setting up all the lights and green screen and everything else and getting content to show you off. It was just not much. Not much to really show off right now, really. Because we pretty much got like 2 on hold projects, so that kind of limits what I can show off. They're just on hold for like a month or so. One of them, and then the other one we're still pre-planning, so there's not much to show off there. So, otherwise the only stuff I can really show off is the movie, and then yeah, that's about it. Unless you want me to do online stuff or something, play video games, which my Let's Play is for, so it's hard to find content. So that's why I wanted to limit it just to not have 2 streams a week. So sorry about that. If you're into these a lot, which you guys are, in the comments are, and changing the time again. If you missed it at the beginning, I changed it to be an hour early, which probably helps a bunch of people, especially you East Coasters or whatever. Probably get it near your dinner time or something, which at 6 p.m. was my dinner time. So, and then if I went for like an hour or 2, it was gonna be, you know, 2 hours of no eating for dinner. So that wasn't fun. I mean, I tried it, but I know my parents got mad. That's like, you're not eating your dinner and you're eating it really late, that they put it away and everything. So I'd rather have, you know, hot food for dinner kind of stuff. So preparing for that. So these are going to be a bit shorter now, but probably more. I don't know whether to promise you of anything. Yeah, so that's basic why for the stream things. Jose, that's actually in my FAQ. Yeah. My frequently asked questions is actually in the description at the bottom. I actually had that question there. Yeah, that's pretty much the answer to that. It just says best pony and then Derpy Hooves and then Fluttershy for main 6. So that's why my first profile picture was actually Fluttershy, if you remember that, from 2013. All you guys from following me since 2013, you'll remember that. My first videos or something. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I didn't want to drag this on for too long. I just wanted to show this off and make sure I'm still live for you guys. I want to keep my relevancy, I guess. With you guys to show this off, and I know that if I want to see, behind the scenes stuff, it's fun. But I guess I should ask, like, what you guys want to see out of these live streams? Like, do you want to just see me, or like the content, or what kind of content do you want to see? And just kind of take like a survey or something for that. Just to get some general stuff. What you guys want to see out of these live streams moving forward? Just because, for like next week, there's not gonna be too many options for me to show off. Like, it's really just gonna be in a movie, just work. If nothing else really popped up for me to really work on, really, nothing really I want to show off. Because the only other thing that I'm really working on will be the next cartoon for this channel, which I want to kind of keep, keep kind of private, kind of keep spoilers out. And that's also, again, another Patreon reward, which I set up, so we'll see some previews a couple days before it comes out, which are just a little stills, so you can kind of get the gist of what the cartoon will be about, without spoiling itself for them too. So, yeah. Let me know if you want to learn more about me, or just asking questions, and we can kind of just have like a chat kind of thing, or want to see more animation stuff, where I get nitty gritty, or just kind of working, hanging out, or play maybe some games. I can't really think of it too many games though. You can only really, I upgraded some computer parts here, but I don't know if they're good yet, so I'll check again to see whether or not watch this video again to see if, when I showed that browser the script, if that was okay or not. That flowed well, or if I juddered or stopped or not, which seemed to be okay, I think. Well, I didn't lose any frames, so I think we're good there. Yeah. Okay. If there's any final questions or anything we want to talk about, yeah, it's not many time. I just keep looking at this clock. That's like, it's almost 6 for me, so it's like I gotta get out. I just wanted to keep this kind of short. But yeah, this has been really fun. Yeah. Oh, thanks. Yeah. Jesus. Was actually the first time that I saw any MLP content for Gen 4. The first picture that I saw was actually, it was a GIF from Feeling Pinky Keen of Derpy, being a little bashful of, like, she dropped all this stuff on Twilight. So that was actually my first experience with MLP there, and I was like, wow, she's so clumsy, wow, so cute and silly. So it's like kind of just stuck with me, and then I watched the show. I was like, wow, this is great, kind of stuff. And it's like, I know that one. Like, that little blonde horse, she's the main character, right? And I was only finding her, like, she's so cool. So yeah, that's kind of how it kind of expanded from there. Yeah. So anyways, I heard something. Okay. Yeah. I think we're just about running out of time, I guess. Just because I want to keep it kind of, concise and, for these. But yeah, if you want to, let me know what you want to see out of these live streams in the future. Yeah. Because otherwise, I'll be going pretty soon. This is just be a little short one, where I just want to show this off, explain my kind of creative process, and make sure we all understand the cartoon a little bit, and show off my best parts and stuff. So yeah, that's about it. Yeah. If there's anything else, real quick for you guys or not, let me know. Suggestions for future streams and stuff will be taken into consideration. I just said, like, I couldn't show. I had a community thing, like I said, the next stream will be when, and then one of my fans said, suggested Pokemon Showdown, and I said might be possible. Well, I just told them I was playing YouTube videos on stream, and they were like buffering to like 2 FPS at best. So I was like, how do I do a browser thing and have it work kind of stuff? So that's why I've been worried about that. But like Flash stuff kind of works pretty well. So, and that's kind of what I like to do. So, but yeah, I'll be open to considerations and suggestions for consideration. Yeah. Hey, thanks. Thanks for meeting. Nice to meet you too. That's what I meant. Smiley. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to dawdle too long, but I guess I have. So, oh well. Yeah. Just nothing else. I'll end it right about now. Let me find it. There you go. Okay. See you next time again. I guess the same time next week. Unless I change it, which I'll make sure to tell you. But I think this might work pretty well. Sure. Okay. Bye, Jose Maria Zval. That's a thick name. Okay. Of good letters. Wow. I just not sure how to say that last name there. Yeah. Okay. Is that satisfactory? Cool. Just want to make sure I'll get the same amount of time to make sure. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'll be going right now. Okay. See you soon. Again. Almost done. Okay. See ya.